Hey, welcome back to the channel. Zach Barnes here. So a few weeks ago, IK Multimedia reached out and they wanted me to demo and review their new Pianoverse software. So we're gonna go ahead and do a walkthrough on the interface, see what this sounds like, what the effects are like. And I did not get paid for this. This is my honest feedback, and I'm excited to dive into it with you guys. So let's check it out. Hey guys, welcome. So today we are going to walk through this Pianoverse plugin. So I'm pulling it up and we're just gonna go through page by page. So strap in and get ready. We're gonna knock this out and have some fun. All right, here we go. So when you first pull up Pianoverse, this is what comes up. Now they gave me two models to try. So there's the upright and there's the grand. We're just gonna start with the grand. I'm gonna start with the rich modern jazz because that's the one that I know to be just like a solid, like a straight piano. Because there's a bunch of different, like a lot of these have a lot of special effects. So this one I know for sure is just a bass piano. That way you guys can get a chance just to hear what it sounds like. Okay, and here we go. All right, so really nice bass sound. So I'm gonna check my buffer size. Let me bring that down because it's just a little bit laggy. And then, okay, let's see here, sound. Let's turn this up. All right, so I actually haven't toured this unit myself, so this will be my first time actually going through all the pages. So this is the main screen. We've got piano, space, which I'm assuming is reverb. Yes, and then mix. So looks like we can mix the different mics together, and then the effects. So let's start here with piano. Up here, as I just found out, this right here controls volume, so we can control the volume there. What is this? Oh, this must be a purge notes. So this is like typically when you're playing notes and like a note gets stuck, you can hit that and it cancels out. See? So that's cool. This is a settings button, and so we can adjust our input and output devices, the sample rates, buffer sizes. I wonder how fast I can get this thing to go. I'm just curious. Put this M1 Max to the test. MIDI controls, sound content. Now this is streaming, so it's streaming off a hard drive. Now thankfully I've got SSD installed, so I don't have an issue with that. And it loads it into your RAM, which I've got plenty of RAM, so no issues with there. But let's see, can it handle 16? Sweet. So as you guys can hear, this is a nice sounding piano. Okay, and let's see here. Let's go back to this page. So we got the master controls here, and then we have the model controls. So for the master control, we can tune the piano. So we got that tune there. Transpose. So we all know what that is. Space. So this is going to add how much of this is in here. Let's see here. Nice. All right, so we got space there. Tone. This is going to make it bright or soft. So we can get more of a soft tone down here. And then let's go ahead and brighten that up. So that's cool. Let's take this space down a little bit. Cool. Bring this volume down just a little bit. A little bit of distortion there. Nice. So it's got a lot of nice dynamic range. Sweet. Okay. All right, anyways, so tone, it's kind of cool. So we can adjust the tone there. And then we have the compressor. So here is without the compressor on. And then here's the compressor all the way on. As you can see, it flattened it way out, right? So I'm barely tapping it. And I'm barely tap it all the way down. See how quiet I can get? And then I'm gonna pound it with it off, right? And you can hear the bite and the attack at the top, which is nice. And then here it's with it on. So you can hear the compressor kicking in. So this works well. You can probably fill it out here. Probably leave some around here. Nice and tames the peaks. And next we have the send effects. So space obviously controls the space over here, and then the send effects controls the effects over here. So we can turn effects on and off from this main piano. So this is a cool little effect. I used it in the demo track. I really like it. And then we've got the relab. Well, I guess we'll browse this on the effects page. And then width, stereo versus mono, right? So mono, stereo, and of course the velocity curve. And then it looks like with the pedal function, but I don't have a triple pedal. And then the model. Okay, so note level, releases, hammer noise. So this is cool. So we can adjust the pedal noise. You can hear that. So let's turn that back to how it was. Heart resolution, lid position. Well, that's cool. Okay, so this is gonna make it close, obviously more. What's the terminology for it? When the lid is closed, it's gonna be more dull, not as much topping. So that's cool. Tone shift. What does this do? Okay. Now see, this is interesting because I thought that would be the same thing as this tone knob, but this is actually more of a general. This is more of a general tone of the overall model. Okay, so let me rephrase that. So the tone shift actually is like how you would change the voicing on a real piano. The tone shift is going to dictate how bright the piano is, but not from an EQ perspective, but from a sample perspective. See, so if you want to have like a nice soft piano, so that's really dope. That was actually what I was looking for here, and I was like, oh, I can't really get a soft piano out of this, but now this is why discovery is so important. So that's awesome. I love that. I love soft pianos. Looks like we got our first thing there. Okay, cool. So that's really good to know. Tone shift allows that. Velocity offset is going to offset the velocity curve. Filter type. Okay, so you can put a filter in there. That's cool. But I don't like doing filters on my pianos, but if you wanted to, but my piano, hold on, let me change this because it's already got it dark. Let me go to tone shift, and also let me change my buffer size because it's starting to crackle. Okay. See that? You can put a filter in there. You can make it resonate. So that's cool. Let's see here. So you got the filter cutoff going there. We don't want to filter none. Cool. So that's the master section, or that's the main, this is the main interface. So the main interface, now mind you, I have not read the manual at all. And the purpose of this was just to see how accessible is this plugin. If you just grab it and pull it up, like what happens? So far, I'm very impressed. It's a very easy to read layout. Everything is out there in the open. I like how they have the beautiful piano interface here. And I like how it actually shows you the notes that you're playing. I really like that. It makes it feel grandioso. It makes it feel premium, so to speak. Like I feel like, okay, it's a nice thing to look at, nice visualization to look at when you're playing. Anyway, so this is the main page. Let's hop on over to the second page, which is space. Now, I'm a sucker for good UI, and I really love, just so far, hands down, this is one of the prettiest looking UIs. And this is just me being extra, but since we're, going through this deep dive, we might as well get into it. Native Instruments makes really nice UIs. And I really like what they're doing here. They're really making me feel, between like these different pages, I really feel like I'm at the piano, which is cool. So let's go ahead and bump this space up so we can hear the differences. Okay, so that's the Studio C, Studio A. Let's go Studio B. That's nice and lively. I like that. Studio C. Okay, and then the Mansion. Wow. Okay. I'm pretty sure that probably scared some of y'all. Scared me. So I guess this is a haunted mansion. And they failed to let us know about the haunted mansion. Wow. That's really interesting. Let's dial that back. Okay, so some definite sound design opportunities there. Let's try theater. That's nice. Huh. Okay, so you can save stuff there. That's cool. Let's see. Okay, that sounds nice. We can dial that back. Okay, let's try underground. Now let's crank it just so we can hear it. Sweet. Let's hear the vaults. I'm hearing some major sound design opportunities. So one of the things that I like about this plugin already is that it's very sound designer friendly in a beginner fashion. So if you don't know a lot about sound design, this is set up in a way that you can have fun and experiment and not be lost. There's not a ton of parameters. There's just enough for you to play with and have some fun without overwhelming you with option paralysis. So if you are looking for a piano plugin that has the traditional sound plus some tools to play with, so far this is really fitting that bill. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Man, that's nice. I really like that vintage studio. Let's see here. That's a good one too. And now mind you, this is cranked. It's a very clear space, so that means we can bring it down halfway. Wow. Okay, I'm impressed. This is nice sounding piano. I like this. And then the warehouse. Let's see here. And then, okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, I missed all these. Whoa. Stone Chapel. Sweet. C floor. This should be interesting. Okay, let me crank that down. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to be so loud. Let's see. Okay. Definitely sound design vibes. I feel like it has potential, but I don't like how it's only on one side. I wonder if there's a way to edit it. I'm not sure. Here's a sanctuary. That's nice. You can always dial it back to get the real feel. That's nice. Red Planet. This seems exciting. What does this sound like? Okay, that's cool. Oh, let's see. Radiations. I like how they have these cool names. Signal. Okay, like this is really easy to understand, right? I mean, you don't have to be a synth guy or a synth girl and be heavy into. You can just start playing with the knobs, and you got 4 knobs to play with. So, stars is the shimmer. So that's cool. I like this. That's cool. And then you can put some glitches in there. Okay, what's radiations? Okay, that's distortion. Radiation is distortion. What is vacuum? Okay, so it looks like vacuum is another type of shimmer. Oh, that's that evil sounding shimmer. Okay, is this the same? Okay, so the stars is like the beautiful shimmer. And then the vacuum is you want to kind of put some of the minor thirds stuff in there, but I don't want to do that. Let's hear a signal. That's cool. All right, let's keep going. Sorry, I got kind of sidetracked there. Presbytery, interesting. Let's crank it again just to hear it. Ooh, okay. That's a nice sounding room. So far, what I'm noticing about all these spaces is that they sound really good and they don't have a lot of mud in them. So one thing about reverbs, they can get really muddy in the low end frequency. So it looks like they've taken that out beforehand, which means they're really easy to play with. That's nice. So, because even 100% wet, it's still not overkilling. That's cool. Okay, that's nice. And ooh, okay, so this is really nice and dry. That's cool. Do we have any more else? Wow, there's a lot. Jeez. All right, I'm gonna go quick now. That's cool. That's really a nice one. I'm really impressed. These are all great sounding. I haven't ran by one that I don't like yet. Okay, that's sick. That's the way to do it without it becoming crazy. That's dope. I want to come back and play Iceberg Garage. Okay, crank that. That's cool. Okay, let's see here. How many do they have in this bad boy? Jimmy Christmas Academy. Here, this must be the last one. Okay, so they have a lot. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 on a page. 8 times, let's see, 16, 24, 32. 32 reverbs. So there's 32 spaces in here that you can use to craft your sound. That is remarkable. And they all sound good. I think out of the 32, I think I like 30 or 31 of them. So that's a complete win on IK Multimedia's part. Great effects as far as the reverb. Now mix. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay. That's cool. Wait a minute. Okay, so okay, so great. So you can blend the space. Does it all? Okay, that's good to know. So when you deal with the space knob, this is universal. It's a global adjustment, which is really cool and convenient. So no matter where you adjust it on the interface, it translates to the mix page. So this is a mix page that's a global mix page. This makes sense. So now we can take this reverb and we can EQ out low end if we want. See that? That's really nifty. We can add gain to it, take gain away, just depending on what's needed. They got a parametric. Okay, this is sweet. So options there. We can throw on a compressor. Okay, and then we can modify that. This is great. And of course the master. This is cool. This is really cool. I like how they did that. So you can make some global adjustments. And they got the different mics. This is awesome. Let me turn this down real quick. That's really cool. So let's go back to the close. You hear the difference. So it's just a different, you can see the visualization right here, different style. It's a little bit further back, not as direct. So that's really cool, different things. So you can put the EQ, the compressor, master right here on the even grid. Wow, that's cool. Okay, so let me keep moving. Sorry, I get so lost in this stuff. So we have just a quick recap. The piano is the piano is the main page that has all the main parameters that you probably mess with at any given moment in time. This is like the master page that you can see everything at a glance. So you can see your effects you're dealing with, you can see your velocity curve, you can see the basic parameters of your tone and transpose, and you can also modify the model as well. And then from there, we have the spaces tab, which is the reverbs. Convolution reverse most likely, and you can control it from here, which is really nice. So it translates. So you can dial in your I really like this monastery. So you can dial in, the forest is dope too. You can dial in the special effects part here, and then on any page you can affect the mix. That is just too cool. That is way too cool. And then on the mix page is the master mix, where you can affect compressor, EQ for the reverbs and mic position and the piano. And last, we have the effects page. So let's see here. It looks like we've got 3 effect slots, and we can see that here. Send 1. We got, whoa, hold on. We have a send here, insert. Let me see here. Okay, so send and then invert. Okay, that makes sense. So for those of you who don't know, inserts are usually stuff like compressors, things that you only want one instance of, and then things like reverbs and modulation and whatnot usually are put on a send, so you can send it to multiple destinations. So anyways, we've got choral, convomorph, delay, filter, lo-fi, overdrive, particles, relab, rephase, shimmer, vintage plate, and saturator. Now it looks like these are the same effects for all. So let's just go ahead and play with something. Convomorph. Now it looks like you can morph between 2 different things. So there's a pad here, an arcane there. And you have, looks like you have different like samples and whatnot to choose from. And then you can A/B, and it shows the interface here. You can A/B back and forth. So let's just give this a go, see what happens. I've never played with this. I just used it in a preset because it came with a preset, but I never like tweaked it. I just know what it kind of sounds like. But then again, that's using the stock sound. So let's just dive in. What does pad do? Okay, now this right here is the dry or wet knob, or input. So like how much of the signal, or how much are we sending, right? So this, okay, got it. So this is working like a send. Okay, duh. So the more we crank it, the more it's going to send. And that's the pad sample. So let's try aquarium. Okay, so that's aquarium. What's a scent? Okay, so you can go through here and figure out which ones you like the best. That's cool. So anyways, you can go through and pick which ones you like, and then you can swap over. Now we're back onto the pad, and then here's the particles. Let's try a louder one. Okay, so you can hear that, and if we put it in the middle, you hear both. You see that? Okay, so that's cool. And just real quickly, if we mix that with some space, I think you can kind of start to see what the possibilities are. So, pretty incredible. I mean, if you're not a sound design expert, you're going to have a lot of fun with this. This was a real simple tweak. All I did was add literally one effect. We haven't even gotten to the other 2 yet. Added one effect, chose the samples I like the best, put it in the middle in the blend, cranked the input so we could hear it, added in some reverb. That's freaking lush. I like that. Okay, the smile has come out. This is really cool. That's cool. I'm liking that. And of course, you can just crank that exclamation symbol, which is the purge. Yeah, that's cool. So really simple sound design effects there. Let me take this. I'll go back to it more. Okay, so we have that. Let's try, so insert. I'm not really sure what the difference. So we have dry and then wet. Oh, now this is cool. Okay. So it's like a vibe. That's cool. So if you want to do some distortion, flutter. Okay, erosion. Not sure what that is doing. What is this outer parameter? I'm not sure what erosion is doing. Oh, okay. It takes away the top end. Okay. Noise. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. If you guys have ever heard of J3PO, this is totally, and Nicholas Simrad, this is totally their vibe. Holy cow. That's sick. So you can get some really cool lo-fi vibes going there. Get the wow going. Okay, cool. So that's what relab is. Let's try another effect. Well, I mean, we already know what shimmer is, but why not? Just because. Oh. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pianoverse. That was like the perfect intro noise. We can dial in dry, wet. That sounds like a Pianoverse to me. Yo, okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't learned anything, explore, because I would have never found this out if I didn't start just playing with the knobs. This sounds great. I'm thoroughly impressed. Mostly, honestly, by the simplicity. It's just been really easy to work. I mean, you guys have been sitting here with me. I've just been tweaking knobs, and it's like we're learning as we go. This is good stuff. What's the choral? Okay. Good chorus. Cool. Got the choral there. Particles. Okay, so the same thing that we saw over here you can mess with. Let's see here. So you can change the pan of it. Okay, cool. So again, you can just kind of go through and see what effects you like, and you get to get two of these. So or three all the way, but they just function differently because you have sends versus inserts. And then after that, looks like you can add envelopes. Okay. That's what this is. So this is asking how much are you going to send to the envelope. So look at that. See how it lights up? Like, it just makes it real simple. So now we can control, for all my synth guys out there, you can now control parameters by sending it to a mod envelope. And we've got two LFOs. So this is great. Okay. Hats off to Pianoverse. Now, mind you, we've only just had this stock rich modern jazz piano sound, so we haven't even like really dove into all the tweakability, but I would say this is a really good piano for beginners and advanced users alike, because it's got enough there that you can play with it and have some modulations and manipulations going on, but it's simple enough that anyone can understand. And I'm not like a huge synth guy. Like, I do sound design, but it's more working with presets and also stacking and layering a lot. And of course I do understand my basic attack, decay, sustain, release. I definitely do some synth design, but that's not like I'm not like a Nick Simrad, you know, or J3PO. So anyways, let's just kind of recap. That was the whole piece of software. I'm going to go over just this last section here because it's one we didn't do. This is the sound selection. So you can go through all the presets. Now they did a good job as far as like the selection. So first you choose your model. So you want upright or grand. So let's just do it upright since we did grand. Now it allows you to save favorites, which I don't have any yet because I haven't gone through, but you can browse by mood, which is cool. Music genre, which is cool. Style and timbre. So that's cool. So you've got that. Let's go for mood. Let's go for dreamy. Does anything pop up? Oh, and make sure if it's orange, that means it's highlighted. So you can have multiple things highlighted. So just make sure that when you're browsing, you don't have multiple things going on. See, if I hit favorites, then all of a sudden it takes it out. So let's see. Corn maze. What is this? And you have to double click it to select the piano sound. Let's see here. What is corn maze? And then we can just X out and we can see we've got corn maze here. You can see at the top what preset you're using. Now, this is what's cool about doing the walkthrough is we now know where this stuff is coming from. So first thing I noticed is we've got the space here and we have the shimmer and the filter. So we played with the space and look what they're on. They're on Iceberg. I told you I was a good sounding one. So they got Iceberg going. And we can hear the shimmer because we played with that. See, we know what that shimmer sounds like. That's a really nice sounding shimmer. That's lush. Yeah, that shimmer is with the business. Yeah, I need to save this. Corn maze is cool. So this is a preset. This is a great sounding preset. Let's try Presbyterian upright. That's dope. Let's see here. What's this one sound like? So I actually like this one too. So this one's got the saturator and a vintage plate. And then what space are we in? We are in the presbytery. Okay, makes sense. This is nice. Go to the effects, and now you understand what you're looking at, and then you can see the mix tab here. So that is the software in a nutshell. We'll do a quick recap just so we can kind of remember what we did. So first we got the piano page, which is just all the mastery. It's just everything at a glance. This is your main page. Oh, that does that too. That's cool. We can see all the master effects, right? And then we can also go to the model and do some tweaking, right? I love me a soft piano though. Oh, so you hear that? That's amazing. Okay, so we got that going, and then we have the space page, which is all your convolution reverbs. I believe they're convolution reverbs because I don't think they're algorithms, but they might be. I got to do my research. And then the mix page where you can just mess with all the microphones. As you can see here, if we go close and we go back, we can choose. So the close mics are here, and these are the back mics to change the sound. All your EQs, comps, you can do that on the piano and the effects separately. And of course, with the effects page, we get 3 effects to play with, 2 inserts and 1 send. And you can even modulate the parameters via the envelopes and the LFOs. So there's plenty of tweakability. And then of course we have the ability to save presets. So if you do find a combination you like, that tweaking that you like, just simply save. And of course we have the purge all function and the settings. So very impressive, very, very, very impressive. I gotta say that I really like what they did with this plugin. Okay folks, so what are my final thoughts? Let's see here. Let's break this down. So number one, who would this be good for? The answer to that question is actually everyone. So I consider myself a pretty advanced player, and I was actually impressed with this software, and I actually liked it. And I liked the tones I was getting out of it, but there's one key reason why I really recommend this to anyone. And that's because it sounds good but it's extremely easy to use and navigate. And that's tough to do. I've come across a lot of piano plugins, and they're not really all easy to understand. And this one was really simple to understand while giving you really cool creative options. So every piano has like the normal effects like delay and reverb and things of that nature. But this one had different effects that were very sound design natured, but it delivered it in a way that was very simple to understand and simple to play with. You guys saw me, like it's my first time cracking it open and going deep diving in there, and I just tweaked some knobs and it was like, oh, this is what that does, this is what that does. And I was able to figure it out without even having to read the manual. So I highly recommend this for anyone that's looking for a fun piece of software, because something that's not talked about a lot is, yes, how the gear sound matters, but just as important is the user experience. Because if you don't have the urge or the desire to play your gear, then you'll never create music. And when I was playing with that piano, I wanted to play, I wanted to create, and it was so simple to use. And I love the fact that they didn't give a whole bunch of options, because then you have option paralysis. And so I'm all for tweaking and everything, but sometimes it's like, man, can I just get enough ingredients to cook with? And then, because it's like, when you give me a million spices to choose from, I don't understand it. So anyways, my weird analogies. I recommend this piano for all skill levels. Do I think it's better than Keyscape? I don't think it's an either or question. I think Keyscape is a different product in the sense of Keyscape is really going for like a flagship type quality, and I think it's a better overall package. But I don't think that it's in competition with each other. This is something that I'm going to purchase and own alongside a Keyscape. The way that I look at this IK Multimedia Pianoverse, I look at it as Nintendo. So everyone owns Xbox and Nintendo, or they own PlayStation and Nintendo. Nintendo doesn't really compete with PlayStation and Xbox. And that's kind of how I view this piano. Like, for instance, Ravenscroft and Keyscape, to me, those are competitors. Piano Tech, Ravenscroft, Keyscape, those are all competitors. IK Multimedia, with what they're doing, they seem to be more like the Nintendo route, where it's like you can't live without Smash Bros and Zelda and Mario Brothers. Like, you got to have that. So no matter what system you choose, you always got to have a Switch with you. So in this case, this is something that I'm going to have in addition. I really like the 2 demo tracks that I made, especially the second one, where it was just more piano focused. I really love the tone that I got out of it, and it felt really organic. And that's the other thing too. Keyscape is amazing, but it has the C7 as its main sample. So of course you can get different tones out of it, but at the end of the day, it's a C7 that's sampled. Whereas this one, they're giving you different models and different sample sets. So that's really cool. So you can actually genuinely get a different, because I don't think Keyscape doesn't have any uprights. So once again, this is why I say it's not a competing product. Excuse me. Because Keyscape has I'm trying to go off memory here. Keyscape has their C7, it's got the Rhodes, the Whirlies, and some of the clavs and the like cinematic glockenspiels and stuff like that. But it's not this whole piano universe thing. Pianoverse is exactly what they're trying to, what it sounds like it's supposed to be, is they're trying to make a universe of piano. So I was able to play with the upright and the grand piano, and they have different timbres. They sound different. So what's cool about that is you get different pianos to play with. The 32 reverbs were off the chain and really easy to use, which you guys saw. So anyways, without rambling too much, because I'm totally a gear nerd, I highly recommend this piece of software to everyone, to every player. I think this is a fun one, and I think that's what I liked so much about it. It sounded good, but it added an element of fun that I feel like sometimes just gets lost in translation with hardware and software. It's like, at the end of the day, making music is about having fun. And when I pull up software, I don't want to be stuck with a bunch of options. I want some control, I want some flexibility, but I also want to be able to have fun in the shortest amount of time. And with this software, I was creating in seconds. When I first did the 2 demo tracks, I literally just pulled the software open, found some presets, and then went for it. And that just kind of shows you a testament to like how well they made this, because I never once cracked the manual open. And I could have, but I really wanted to give you guys a genuine, honest feedback of like what it's like to use this at any skill level. So anyways, I could go on and talk about this for days. You guys go ahead and drop your comments below, and any suggestions for other software you'd want me to review or go over, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay saucy.